I will make video about cryptocurrencies. If you interested in cryptocurrencies, you can just help me like and also subscribe. Don't forget to also turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates about crypto. 0.04% with total market cap reaching $810 billion US. For Bitcoin, we can see there has been slight increase of 0.14% in the last 24 hours. And now it is at 16,890. For Ethereum it has increased 0.5% at 1.2015. So, the results of the calendar economy yesterday's overall was not too good, but fortunately yesterday's drop was not too long. In fact, it relaxed slightly upwards. We see BNB corrected by 0.5% at 247. Again still stuck by the 250s. Then for XRP it increased by 0.82%. Then Cardano continued another correction of 0.57%. And Polygon Matic also corrected by 0.22%. So overall most likely Bitcoin, the dominant, tends to increase upwards. We will now enter the economic calendar for yesterday's data. We have discussed that there will be important consumer confidence data and crude oil inventory. If we see that the USD is in red, it means good for crypto. Why is it good for crypto? If red color USD negative, so good data result for GDP is bad result for crypto. GDP, of course, will also determine whether the market still has demand or not. And if we look here for GDP, the way to read that it is if matches the forecast. The currency usually good. So we hope that if possible, it won't be too close. We are increasing because we have discussed in the last video for the Fed. They need low inflation and high unemployment. What is the goal? If inflation is low, it means they can print sweetly. So why are they? Because many people are unemployed. So the money is circulated again in the market, so that economy is in turmoil again. Once again, for GDP, if it can be slightly lower, for double stream conditions, we hope it will be higher than the forecast. So it is more or less the same for the calendar economy. Next for news. One of the executives from FTX, Carolyn, has now been charged by fraud. This was done because it was considered that she was monopolizing crypto prices. So slowly, one by one, people from FTX started to hit she. Because you could say that this FTX, actually the most chaotic compared to the Luna case. The two things that really messed up the market, so let's hope the contingent is over. Now we go to the chart. You can see yesterday, it was still clearly rejected at 16,984. Those of you who followed yesterday, you should have had short position, and are now profitable, but not too big. For now my hope is that Bitcoin can at least survive. First, not until it has to be 16,433. So, if possible today Bitcoin stays here first. Look for strength first, if it can be claimed. Then at the same time for the structure. Unfortunately, because Bitcoin held up by resistance structure then starts to make lower high. So it's not looking extreme. Hopefully in the next few days, Bitcoin can claim 16,900 if possible, also with M.A.20 as support from resistant to being turned into support. Next, we will move to the dollar index. For the dollar index, we can see yesterday, there was actually slight strengthening. In fact, the daily close reached above 104.13 after it was brought down on 20th of December. But we can see now, it suddenly started to fall again. So it's pretty good actually. Pretty good macroeconomically. That means it still tends to weaken. In my opinion, it continues to make lower low. And if it can be even lower at 103.13, so it's less but like that for XI. Once again, for those of you who still don't know, the correlation between the dollar indices with crypto is negative correlation. So, in marketable textual conditions it will be opportunity for reversal of the rise on assets. So once again, not all, but you could say, all of the bulls markets at the risk of S&P crypto assets. This all happened when the dollar index entered the market. Now, with crypto starting to continue below M.A.200 high, this is starting to indicate there will be mass occurrence. It remains to say that the Fed is really starting to drop out of their policies. He is waiting for us to finally start the market this time. It's extra long and the extra makes no sense good because there are quite a lot of scandals. There are Luna, FTX and others. So it's a mess, but that's okay, it gives us a lower charge for accumulation than we expected. So, it's more or less like that for macroeconomics. Come back again about Bitcoin. Chart on December 21st. This is the second confirmation. Retest for targets according to yesterday's discussion. There are also, the first two, which targets are more conservative. At 16,433. For those that more aggressive, it can be considered at 16,282. So that's more or less for short position in Bitcoin. For a long position, we'll just have to see where it goes up and down. But I hope that up down at 16,433 is better than the down. That structurally, it still makes at least, not to make it lower. Hopefully the double bottom target for 16,433 and 16,908. So we can use our place to open short positions to place our TP long positions. So that's more or less for the futures position in Bitcoin. For the spot position, we can consider the first one at 16,433 and for the second at 16,282. And once again I remind you that for the spot position, this is for a long-term position. So it's not for us just a day or 2 day, then we TP. If we hold it for a day or 2 day, it's usually futures position. So again, the difference for spot positions, that we are long-term, and we are saving later, in the bulls market. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you on the next video.